and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So please let me know that you guys can hear me, okay? All right. I hope everybody's having a good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you get to watching this video. So we're going to start off with the prayer. We're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon our spiritual team of highest light and residents, including our spirit guides, our ancestors. And we're just asking that the archangels, our spirit guides, our guardian angels, put a protective cloak and shield around us during this reading, not letting anything or anyone interfere negatively with the reading. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So now, God, as I call upon your personal favor, please continue to bless and protect us. Welcome in, Fashionista. Happy Saturday. And please continue to prosper this platform. I thank you for everything that you've given me, the gifts and the abilities, the communication, the guidance. Thank you, God, for everything. All glory, honor, praise, and worship goes to you, Most High. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Ascended Masters. And thank you, spiritual helpers. Okay, thank you, Destiny helpers. Thank you, Fashionista. You're amazing. Okay, so make sure all my cards are in the upright. There were some of them that were not. So I hope you guys are having a good day, a good afternoon, whenever you get to watching this. Okay, so my full legal disclaimer is in the description box below. Okay. Also, there is a link to the book that I wrote that's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, which is basically if you're wanting to learn to read tarot for yourself. You may want to think, oh, thank you. You're so amazing too. So you may want to think about getting that book. Also, there is a link to the Truth of God, which is another book that's an intuitive workbook that will help you develop a yes and no answering system so that you can get immediate answers from your higher self, aka God and the Holy Spirit, your soul. And that you can also, there's just so many different things, like from the mind technique to the joy versus anger technique, to the spiritual bank, astral projection, energy ball, all of that stuff is really important to know about when you're starting spirituality. I suggest that those of you that want to get on the fast track, you know, instead of praying to something outside of yourself, go within. And that's kind of the subject of today's video. So the main message that I got was go within to help you ascend. You guys are going within to help yourselves ascend, which is the best thing that you could ever do because the problems are not existing on the outside of you. If you're seeing any type of problem, for some of you, your guys' lives are just perfect. And I think everybody on some type of level works through different things at different times. So I also picked up a message about somebody finding lost things. Maybe you guys have lost some stuff. I mean, it feels to me like whatever these lost items are, they could be something that y'all thought you had lost and that you're going to be finding out that you have misplaced it. Okay, I know that I go through phases like that where I'm like, where did I put this? Where did I put that? And sometimes it takes, to be honest, it really takes me knowing that nothing is lost. This is the trick that I use every time when I think that I have lost an item. Okay. I go, why am I believing that I lost it? Okay. And then I get rid of the belief that the item is actually lost. And what ends up happening is it shows up all of a sudden. So that could be a useful tool. I'm trying to get my phone to just stay up. Okay. No, there it goes, trying to fall. So anyways, that is a very useful tool that you can use, okay, to find things. Is just releasing the belief that they're lost in the first place. Sorry, y'all. That will help, okay? Because truly, we usually just misplace things. I think that it's very rare for something to actually be lost. Also, some of you guys could have felt like you lost something or someone. That happens to you too. Yeah, you guys could have felt like you lost something or someone, okay? If you guys did lose someone, this is a message that that person is not lost. Especially if this is a love relationship or somebody that's passed over. Definitely not lost, okay? I also got that there's going to be a lot of remembering lost memories. So you could have thought that you, for example, When I was a child, I had this group of parrots that would come across the Mexican border into the place I was at, into the area I was living in. And I, for some reason, like for years, okay, since I have not seen these parrots, I forgot about them. And then all of a sudden one day I had this memory and I was like, oh my gosh, the parrots. Like how funny, right? So you may be remembering a memory that was lost for some amount of time or was blocked that could be coming forward. If this is a traumatic memory, take the time to just do the healing right when it comes up. Don't push it unless you're like at work and you literally cannot take 5 seconds to just calm your mind and go within. You don't want to be putting things off at this time, because if anything's coming forward to be healed right now, it's with the intention that you just work through it and actually heal it and process the energy or the emotion or whatever trauma that it could be. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Also, I was seeing a healing of old wounds. This could be trauma that's buried deep down. Okay. These things could be coming forward with the intention for you to release them. I also was getting that there's a resetting of the nervous system happening. So that is going to be making it easier for you guys to get calm and relaxed and just basically in that Zen state. And Zen, I would say, like, is meditative. It's like a contemplative, reflective state. It's spiritual, basically. It's just another stream of consciousness that we have. And then the angel numbers that came through, some of them are regular angel numbers and some of them are ones that I would not have ever looked at before. Okay. Like 65, 65. 65, 65 is about bringing in new change. It's also bringing in financial change, feng shui, a lot of good new energies coming in. Then 1919 is the ending of cycles. Okay. So bringing things to a conclusion. 2040, now asked was like, is that a year? That's something. No, it's not. It doesn't have to do with a year. 2040 has to do with manifesting new, like it's manifesting God force in the form of spiritual protection. Okay. And then we have 2222, which is a very feminine number. The number 2 is a feminine number. The number 2 is also you've been seeing angel numbers since 2020. Wow, awesome. Then this is going to make sense for you until this day. When you're seeing the numbers, you know that you're in alignment. So whenever you see these numbers, you're going to take whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, whatever you were thinking about, and you're going to take those important details and apply that to the interpretation of the angel number, and that will give you your own personal separate reading. So then 444 is also about protection. It's about building a strong foundation, a foundation basically that's built on the Holy Trinity, because 3 number 4s is basically the 4 directions. You could look at it, the number 4 is the 4 directions. You could look at it as a foundation, like if you were looking at linking logs, it would be 4 Lincoln logs to build a foundation. But it's coming through as protection. So I keep getting protection, protection, protection. Then 616. This could also be about the 616 portal that's going to come up this next June. But I did get 616, which is all about bringing new energies into your office space. Okay. Like wherever you do your work, if this is in your house, maybe it will benefit you to get some organite. Organite is a compound of crystals and metals that puts off a field of energy that blocks out harmful EMF rays. The EMF rays come off of our fears, mirroring numbers as well. 23, yeah. Oh, okay. 2332, absolutely. And 2323 is also another way you can look at mirroring numbers. So 616 is about, revamping the energy in your workspace, basically. Some of you just straight up need to move, but we'll get into that. Then we have 333, which is like a foundation. It's basically building a foundation on spiritual mastery, the Holy Trinity, and how good luck will come in 3s, how bad luck will come in 3s. It's a pattern, basically. 1212, which is about bringing in new intuitive information to what you're already building on. 1010 is another mirroring number. So these could be portals. Again, paying attention to when you go through these 1212, 1010 portals, what your energy is on the day of that can really dictate how things are going to go in the future. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 is all about taking steps and following through with those steps and basically going in order. It's also about ascension because 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going on an upscale. Then 45, 46. 45, 46 could also be somebody's address is what I got when that came through. But 45, 46 has to do with bringing in new, you know, new change when it comes to how you protect your finances and how you invest your money. Okay. Then 24, 24 is about taking a new direction. It could be about protecting more of your feminine side. Some, we both have masculine and feminine energies. So you want to just take the gender out of tarot. Okay. Because we have the capability to be every single one of the cards in the deck. And regardless of what our gender is or whatever we associate our gender with. So 24, 24, I like that number because it is about taking steps to bring in more protection, to bring in more stability, and to basically set a foundation that you can build upon. Then I got 0, 0, 0, 0, which is all about God force energy. That's like limitless power. I don't know if you guys know this, but I did watch a video at one point that was talking about how the world had developed like 1 through 9, but it was the Aztecs that added the number 0. And when they did that, it just changed the whole game of math. And if you think about it, okay, if you have one of something like here's one pen, okay? You can't really go into the negative because to go into the negative, you would have to be able to take something from nothing. All right. So that's why I feel like our number scale is not accurate because due to our perception of how we've been raised, going into the negative is not possible. How are you going to take something to go into the negative from nothing? And so anyways, that's just kind of the way that I've always seen it. But, math is not I'm the best at being a psychic. Math is not I did not enjoy it in school. So 6262 is about taking steps towards providing yourself a better future. Okay. And then 2429 is about basically taking proper steps to bring protection so that you don't have to repeat cycles, because the number 9 is all about endings. And this is like taking steps to where you will have a complete ending. This could be something that you cut off, someone that you ended a cycle with, basically. And then of course 1111, which comes through quite often. That was probably one of the first angel numbers that I started noticing a lot. And then 27, and so 1111 talks about twin flame ascension. It talks about, the number 1 is all about new beginnings and intuition and a spark of enlightenment. So whenever you see 1111, make a wish. Whether it's nighttime or in the morning, make a wish. It's literally the number 4 wishing, and align your thoughts with your wish so that it's more easy for the universe to bring that wish to you. And then welcome in, Phoenix Empress. Oh, I hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome in, Turnip. So yeah, so then we have 2727, which is taking steps towards spiritual awakening. The number 7 is all about spiritual awakening. It's also a very spiritual number. And so you are taking steps actively to help yourself ascend while you're going through another awakening. And then 777 is mastering the energies of waking up, basically. 1111, nice, you guys. And then we have 222, which is about mastering how you move, like what direction you're going, and then what little baby steps you need to take to master the direction that you're already headed in. And then 666. And again, whenever I talk about 666, I do not ever think that numbers are evil or letters are evil. Okay. 666 to me is just a number. It's about a number about mastering finances, mastering physicality, mastering abundance, prosperity, materialistic things. Okay. So you guys are mastering how to build up abundance and keep it. So the dates that I got, now these dates could be the day that an energy shift happens, or this could be somebody's birthday, or it could be the day somebody passed away or is going to pass away. Again, I don't really predict people's deaths, but this could, if you had like a sick relative, this could be one of those dates. Okay. But I do get that these are dates that have big transitions in them. So 4/11, which is, let's see, March 11th. Okay. Then see. April 22nd. The 22nd is a really high vibrational number, okay? Then I had June 16th. Now, this could be like somebody's graduation day, now that I just look at that differently. It's always like the lens you look at it through. I wrote these down a little while ago, like earlier today. So yeah, that could actually be somebody's graduation date. And then I have July 21st. And it feels like there's going to be something, a mountain that's overcome at that time. Then February 6th, okay? 2-6. That is a really good number right there because it's about taking steps towards becoming financially independent. And then 2-12, that was a big shift. Well, it's going to be a big shift. The one that happened last year was a major shift. Okay, that's all about bringing new information and new blessings in so that you can take steps towards manifesting. And then February 14th, there may be something about Valentine's Day. March 12th, okay, is another one. August 30th, September 21st, 10-10, that was a big portal. 10-10 is like October 10th. That's Scorpio energy. And then 12-12 is another portal that was a big one this past month. Yeah, 12-34, 1, 2, 3, 4, exactly. It's a very good one. It's about elevation. Yeah, the progression. And then March 27th came through, and I feel like that date concludes a cycle. And then January 21st, that date also concludes a cycle. And May 25th also concludes a cycle. So a lot of those dates were about ending cycles. But you guys are going within and you're healing the things that would have held you back in the past. This could be an old way of thinking. Yeah, happy Saturday to you guys if you're watching this when it's being filmed. And just know that watch all of the readings on both platforms. Each reading is going to have different downloads that are for you that are going to be like Easter eggs, just like a Marvel video or a Marvel movie. It's going to have Easter eggs of knowledge for you to just use for yourself to decode, and it's going to help you expand your abilities. So that's why I say watch all the readings. Plus, the good thing is that if you feel like the reading's not for you, if there's always going to be part of it that's for you, but the parts that are not, that you feel like, oh, well, that's not about my life, that's a good thing. You get to learn from other people's experiences so you don't fall into the same traps that other people do. And I feel like you guys are very intelligent people. You do learn from your experiences. This is why you're going within, which just makes me be able to have a lot more faith that all of us are on the same page. I feel like if you were led to this reading, it was for a reason. It could be so that you need to hear that God loves you and actually believe it. Sometimes we get to thinking that God is behind all of the bad things that have happened in our life, and we don't take responsibility for the fact that we've been creating our own lives with our thoughts and our beliefs. The thing is that, yes, God, obviously, our higher selves are God. There is that connection there. Okay. That's why going within and being like Jesus in the way that Jesus went within continuously. I mean, he was always fasting and praying, and he was going to the Father. And so I don't consider God to be a male or a female. I consider God to be something completely almost alien, not like an actual extraterrestrial, but it's something that's beyond what we can perceive. And so but I do like the verbiage of feeling like Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, a divine creator, something that is loving and nurturing. I do like that energy. I do believe that God is joy, love, and peace. Where people get it kind of twisted up, where God is all vengeful and jealous, etc. I always tell everybody the Bible was written by humans. Some of the humans denied Jesus to his face. So I look at the Bible as literature, and the good thing about the Bible is that it will map human experiences that you could go through while you're here on this planet. And so you can learn from other people's mistakes via the Bible, right? And it's got a lot of awesome prayers in it, but as it being God's word, I don't think that God communicates in words. Okay. I just don't. I feel like a higher dimensional being that wants to play God will communicate that way. But, it feels to me like God communicates through nature, through intuition, through abilities, that type of way. So it manifests basically through its creation and gives us signs like us seeing birds, okay? Or us coming across a snake, or us having a dream and then that dream manifesting in the physical world. So that's the way to me that the divine creates, because I'm coming from the aspect of God being within us, okay? All right. Oh, also, if you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will pause the collective reading and answer your question, okay? So just know that that is available for those of you that really are like needing guidance on something and you don't have hundreds of dollars to go to a reader and you just want to ask one question or two questions or whatever, okay? But if it's like two questions that are completely different and I have to grab another deck of cards, then it'd probably be another $20. But if it's two questions that are about the same thing, I'd probably be fine with just answering that. So we're going to see what the cards say, but what I'm getting is that you guys are going through a major transition. This is a transition that you planned before coming into this, basically. Oh, doves walking to the end of the driveway. I love that. Doves are such a good sign. Okay. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Phoenix Empress. I love that. Okay, if my higher self could speak through this reading, what would it say? I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I get that Phoenix Empress, you've got a lot of High Priestess energy going through your system at this time. And also, you could be seeing things in nature, like really pretty, really vibrant colors, really pretty sunsets. I feel like you're kind of being guided to just relax and enjoy the time that you have now, because this next, year, it's gonna, as soon as the new year hits, things are gonna progressively. Okay, I just got a warning. I just got a warning not to do any type of weird manifestation ritual on New Year's. You don't need to do that. Why am I being told that? Maybe you were thinking that there's something that's going to bring good luck. Like, I've heard a lot of superstitions, like don't sweep over your feet. Like, I know they sound weird. What are the other ones? Oh, don't wash your hair on New Year's. Get out of the way of thinking. Like, I think the superstitions, maybe some of them could be accurate, but it's probably only because we believe that that's the way it is. But yeah, if you come across some type of ritual that everybody's doing, you really don't need to do that. Your new year is already set up to basically be successful. And things are gonna start moving faster, basically. So, as things move faster, your gifts are going to speed up, which means that when you go within and you're asking yourself, like, what is it that I need to hear at this time? What is it that I need to be doing? You may get a vision. You may get a little nudge, like a feeling of excitement. Follow those little feelings of excitement, because where you follow that excitement and that passion, it's going to lead you to more of it. And I really get that this new year is going to be all about basically learning how to manage your time and learning that you have an ability to warp time. I think that you've picked up on this before. I just got chills. I think you've picked up on your ability to warp time. Sometimes when you need extra time, you can slow time down. And it gives you a lot of extra time. And then when things get boring, you can speed time up. And it's not that we're actually controlling time, because that probably, could be impossible. Who knows? I mean, if the Montauk Project was real, time control could be completely real, but it's our perception of time, right? And so this is one reason that you're not aging, Phoenix Empress, is because you can control the flow of time, because time is more like water rather than a line or like a timeline, okay? So you're basically in alignment for the assignment. Things are going to be speeding up in the way that you get your answers, like with sharp clarity. You could be inspired to start a new project. You could be inspired to paint a room a new color. Whatever this is that's going to come forward from you doing meditation. I'm also saying that you may want to just dedicate a part of your house, maybe something that's in the sunlight. If you have a little area in your home where you can pull back, okay, you've been told, like, you're just of high school. Literally, that's literally what I'm getting. But it's the perception of time, and you have the ability to control that, and it affects the people in your reality. Because I'm getting that you have not. You look the same as you did in high school, like literally. So what I'm being told is that, you know, clearing off a table, getting a singing bowl, getting you know, a little Buddhist, whatever this is that you like, that's spiritual. Create just a little spiritual corner to where you have a place in your home that if you feel like you get overwhelmed, you can go to right away and it brings calmness to you. Getting a chunk of a pink Himalayan salt lamp and putting that in the corner. I went to school with somebody that was acing tests. That was like, literally, I'm like, how do you keep acing these tests? Will you help me study? And they're like, oh yeah, I'll show you after class. And literally, this is what verbatim happened. They opened their bag after class and pulled out a freaking salt lamp and was like, this is how I do good at tests. I was like, yo, you're just really smart. But bringing the energy of pink Himalayan salt, it's very cleansing and it's very high vibrational. For those of you that don't like to take baths, like spiritual baths, what you can do instead of taking a spiritual bath is take body wash that you already have and add Himalayan salt to it, because it will dissolve, and then shake it up really good before you use it and put it on a loofah, whatever they're called, the little sponge things, and then you just wash from head to toe. You can also add it to your shampoo. Yes, the Himalayan lamp. It's something that brings calm to you. And you may want to get like, you know, a chakra guide as you're learning the chakras, you know, having in my, well, it's not my bathroom, but in one of the bathrooms, we've got what are they called? They're like little wall tapestries, but you know, they're about yay big, and it's got a person and their aura and then the chakras basically. So I can sit there and I can just look at that and it will help me realign my chakras. So there are going to be different things that will help you. Also, if you feel drawn to a crystal, what I'm getting is that by you dedicating a little part of your home that you can open a window and get sunlight and fresh air. Yes, salt in your shower gel. Yeah, that's going to definitely help. That way, if you don't want to take a spiritual bath, you don't have to. Because I'm getting that this next year is all going to be about you managing your time better. And putting time, like instead of having your energy scattered across many things, focusing it inward into one or two things. And then when you accomplish those one or two things, then you can like release those and then work on the new ones that come forward. Because I feel like you have a lot of things that you want to get done. And there's this feeling of like, am I going to have enough time to do all of this and have a relationship? Am I going to have enough time or energy to start a business, to start a platform, to do this, to work with this person? And all you have to do is basically make a chart and use your intuition. Go through each thing that you want to do and ask yourself, why do I want to do this? What is it going to do for me that's going to help me in this next coming year? You'll be able to find out the most important things and then go with that. But don't forget to have fun. Yes. Yeah, to multiply, like one of your mentors say. Absolutely, absolutely. So make sure that you don't forget to have fun. Okay, because you could spend a lot of time in the planning process without actually getting to work on it. And so you don't have to do a whole lot of prep. The majority of your preparation should just be meditation, because it's going to be through meditation, sitting in a part of your home that feels like a spiritual haven, basically, where these great welcome in 1712, where these really good inspirational ideas are going to come through. And then you also may feel just like you want to paint a room a different color. All of this stuff and studying feng shui is really going to help you in this next year. So I want to use the archetypes deck and see what the archetypes have to say, because the archetypal energies are so important. You know, it's like we have them all within us, but they'll step forward at different times for us to integrate the energy. So I'm literally getting that, okay, if there's something that's been giving you a headache, like you feel like it's overbearing or overwhelming, take a break from whatever that is. Because I feel like something is trying, like there's going to be a pressure that you feel. And this pressure, it feels like well, it feels like it's coming for somebody else. Straight up, this pressure. But you don't need to be putting extra pressure on yourself, the unseen, because you're here to map out what other people do not see, the unseen. This is like your realm that you exist in. This is like your third eye, okay? So yeah, the unseen is where you're going to basically pull all of this great wisdom from. I'm also hearing to dedicate part of your day to doing positive affirmations. And I do feel like you already do this, but changing the affirmations to be in a way that you already have what you're asking for. Like, let's say that you want romantic love. I am romantic love. I have romantic love. Like moving it from I desire to I already have. That's going to be really important. Oh, you were just watching a video about the pineal gland? Nice. This is definitely about that. It's definitely about that because the third eye and the pineal gland link in together. So you're going to be mapping the unseen world for a lot of people. The nectar. This is like you being able, so there is a secretion. I know the word secretion sounds so disgusting to me, but anyways, this is literally what it is. There's a secretion that comes out of the pineal gland. Okay, you guys. Now in Hinduism, they call it, and I hope I'm not butchering the word, they call it amrita, okay, or amata. So it's basically a secretion that goes up and down your spine, and it's what the fountain of life is basically about. So how we're talking about that eternal youthful energy, when you activate your pineal gland and the crystals break off of your pineal gland. Now, when the crystals were breaking off of mine, I would be meditating and listening to a sound, usually like a binaural tone, and then it would be like pop, like in my head, really loud. And I'm like, what in the crap is that? So I figured out what was happening was I was going through like a pineal cleanse. So as your third eye awakens and this nectar starts to come out of the pineal gland, the third eye, okay, it goes up and down your spine and it activates your chakras. Now, this is not Kundalini. This is like a literal secretion that comes out of the pineal gland and it comes out of is it hypothalamus? There's two parts of the brain that work together. I think it's the hypothalamus or it's the amygdala. So that's where it comes from. But this nectar basically helps you stay young. It cures a lot of things that are going on energetically, and it is a physical secretion. So when these crystals break off, and this is what I'm getting, you already have this actively running up and down your spine. This is why you have not aged. This is literally one of the secrets of Saint Germain, of how Saint Germain, a lot of people think he's a vampire, but he's not really a vampire. He's just learned the human anatomy and how to utilize it for his own benefit, basically. And so, the third eye is like the color indigo, but it can also be purple. The desert. So, how we were talking about how Jesus goes out to the desert to basically meditate and to fast. Well, I'm not necessarily getting that. I do get that intermittent fasting will help you, because what fasting does when you're cutting off what you're digesting mentally and physically and emotionally, and you're just basically stopping putting things in yourself, okay, mentally, physically, belief wise. Why fasting is so good is it breaks patterns, okay? It breaks patterns of like generational curses, for one. Secondly, it opens you up spiritually so that your hearing, all of your senses are so much sharper. Your connection is so much stronger. After a fast, you would think that because it makes there's this story out there, y'all, and it's called The Hunger Artist, okay? And this is like the person that wrote this story, man, It basically talks about fasting. So the hunger artist is this guy that lives in town square, and this is way back in the past. And he, every day that goes by, they put another number to the days that he's been fasting, right? And so he paints paintings in town square and he's fasting, and it's just like a spectacle because again, in the past there was not that much entertainment. People really liked to go to like hangings and stuff like that. But this was something that they had that was entertaining all of the time. And so it goes through the process of fasting and how this person who's the hunger artist, I don't want to spoil the story for you, but they basically go through like a spiritual ascension, not physically ascending, but they gain enlightenment from fasting, okay? And so then they don't want to break their fast, and they also love getting the attention from everybody that comes into town that, claps for them and all that stuff because they're a hunger artist, literally. Fasting is what they're doing to stay alive. And so when people are like, okay, it's time to get off the fast now, this person's like, no, like, I don't want to end the spiritual clarity and the connection that I have. Right. And so it doesn't have a happy ending. I won't go into that, but it's a very interesting take on fasting, on how it does open you up spiritually, and how if you have any type of parasites going on, those parasites will rear their ugly heads up when you're in a fast. And so you can literally within the mind turn the hunger down, and your spiritual like thirst for God, it just is quenched because you have such a stronger connection. And so fasting is important. But it's not everything. Like, I think that doing fasts off water, only Jesus could do that. I don't think anybody should not be drinking water. Well, water is like one of the most important things for us. So this desert energy is basically when you feel stressed out, retreating to a place. What's good about the desert is the desert gives you lots of signs. If any of you have ever visited the desert's a very active place. It's also very spacious, and it's not compacted, and it's very quiet. It gets colder at night, and then it gets really warm during the day. You have a direct connection with the sun, and the sun is like part of our spiritual journey, is connecting with the sun. So the desert is basically showing me that, you're able to not only meditate successfully, which is quieting the mind, but when you enter into this state of prayer, meditation, fasting, it's more powerful than doing like a candle ritual. It will be for you. Okay. And for those of you that take medication, make sure you communicate with your doctor if you're even thinking about going on a fast. Okay. And then there's also ways to come off the fast. This is why I think that intermittent fasting is probably the best type, because you do it just, you could basically fast from like 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. the next day. Okay. That would be more intermittent with taking, if you have to take medication, drinking water. And then if you decide to do fasts that last more than a day or 2 days, make sure you are getting your body rest, make sure you're able to sleep, and you want to start coming off the fast by taking in little amounts of food. You don't want to just go straight to Golden Corral and load up your plate with a whole bunch of stuff, because that's going to put your body into shock. And so juicing is really good. Some of you may just need to go on a juicing fast. You basically will be able to tell that your gifts take bounds and leaps, because how does the devil control us? One way is through our food. Basically, by putting all these preservatives and all this crap in our food that cuts off our spiritual connection. This is why the government, literally, the FDA does not have to make sure that our food is safe. It just has to make sure that it's low vibrational and has no life force within it. So eating live foods, taking a simple vegetable like a cucumber or an apple and cutting it up and just eating it the way that it comes, that is going to be really beneficial to have simple meals so that your body can digest, and blessing your food and blessing your water. So the energy of the desert is a really good vibration to me. Gnosis, because it's going to help you unlock that gnosis, that Gnostic knowledge, Now, no, Gnostic is understanding. It's having a spiritual understanding of how things work in the higher dimensions and in the lower dimensions, and how you are a bigger part of everything else. Okay. So, like, literally, the Gnostics were people that were really heavily persecuted because their spiritual beliefs were dead ass accurate. Okay. So when you bring forward, you go into this meditative state and you are relying on that nectar that your body already produces. Another way that this nectar can come out is through orgasm. Okay. This is why people that do sex magic, what they do is when they have an orgasm, when they peak, they send that energy up rather than releasing it out. Because you release it out and you're just sending it out in all directions, right? This is why people do sex magic, because it's really powerful. Okay, so Gnosticism, that nectar, learning how to use that. You can literally use it to resurrect yourself. And then I'm literally hearing that these Gnostic traditions are based off of Christianity, but you may get spiritual information that doesn't really have to do with Jesus, and it's still worthy information. Not everything is obsessed with Jesus, okay? Not all of spirituality has to do with Christ, is what I want to say. Even though Christ is a great model, a great, basically Christ is a perfect role model, okay, for us to look at as a living human being. But you may get information that, has to do with another part of spirituality. It could be information that has to do with angels, how to work with angels, how to work with prayer. Just because it doesn't have to do with Jesus, this information, it doesn't mean that it's not worth it, like not worthwhile, because it is mapping the unseen world. Jesus is not going to be there for every little part of our journey. I mean, we are the returning of Christ consciousness. That's basically how Christ consciousness is going to come back. It won't be a dead man coming out of the sky. It'll be through each and every one of us gaining enlightenment. So what I'm hearing is that this Gnosticism, you'll be able to compare it to old teachings about spirituality. Aletheia, because it's the truth. This is going to be your higher self truth, that mirror of truth. The Aletheia is the Greek goddess of truth. She's one of Zeus's daughters. Okay, so literally it'll be spiritual truth for a lot of people who are operating in the unseen world, right? Which is basically the spiritual realm. And for you to create something that helps other people see the unseen, that's miraculous. That's really, really special. The Anima Mundi, that helps other people see that we're more than just this reptilian mind. We're more than just this fight and flight response. We are more than this animalistic nature that everybody says that we are. Because yes, we are, we do have the Anima Mundi. The Anima Mundi, this whole concept is actually a Carl Jung, who was a psychologist. Maybe he was a psychiatrist, actually. Anyways, he was in that realm, and brilliant person. If you have not read the red book and the black book that he's written, I suggest that you do, because I'm really interested in psychology, and I think that it's all relative. And he basically mapped his family published the red and black book after his death, because while he was alive, he was like, this is my personal shit. Like, I don't want the world having access to it. But then when he died, his family's like, oh, we got to make that money, So they published it, and thank God they did, because he goes through having experiences within his own meditations with Lucifer and all these other archetypes. The vow. You may find that there is a vow that you've made in this lifetime that needs to be released. I'm kind of getting that this vow energy is something that you're going to create. Once you gain access to this enlightened truth, basically, you're going to want to bring it to other people, because it's going to help open the eyes of other people that cannot see in the spirit. And this information that's flowing through you does not have to do with fear. The prayer. What did I say about teaching other people how to pray? Some people, they don't pray because they don't know how. And that's just a general truth. Okay. Some people don't pray because they don't believe that it's powerful. Anytime you open up your mouth in any type of way, whether it's structured or not, to communicate with spirit, you're opening that door for spirit to communicate back. And a prayer is a way to manifest, it's a way to have hope, and it's also a way to access God. But the good thing is that prayer is all part of the process, okay? Allowing that information and that communication to come through. Also, you do have somebody that's praying for you, and it's more than just me. There is somebody that's praying for you, actively praying for you. Okay, so this could be a family member. The village. Yeah, you're going to inspire a whole group of people to make some type of change. And it's going to be happening this next year that all of this comes forward. I do feel like this change is going to be basically in alignment with other people's higher selves. So you may get some pushback. Like there may be some people that are really toxic that don't want to see this whole group of people change, but don't even worry about that. Okay. You're being guided to just do what you know is the correct thing to do with the information that you get, and not to worry if people want to push back on that. Naturally, people want to push back against Jesus, like all the time, you know? And so this village energy is a really positive, you know, you've been also praying for a group of people to awaken. This is going to happen. The siren. I love the siren card whenever it comes out. So yes, mermaids are real, if you didn't know. But I'm sure most of you do know about that. So you definitely are going to be using your voice in 2026. This could be you finding your writing voice as well. The lover. Look at that. I love that. It's beautiful swan. So, you know, this is the lover card is all about relationships, all about romance. And the siren card is all about seduction. And it's like being able to speak love and life into something. So yeah, I get a good vibration off of the lover card right there. The animal. So we were just talking about the Animus Mundi, okay? So literally, you're going to get confirmation signs by possibly seeing animals in nature. When you see swans, doves, especially birds, they're definitely communicators of love. Because I do get that a relationship will be coming in 2026, but it will not be when you're looking for it. The tear. Whatever these unprocessed emotions are, go ahead and release them. Also, you're going to be helping people who are stuck in this animalistic mindset, a fight and flight response, okay? Stuck in grief. You may be helping people heal from their loved ones passing away. I mean, if you can create a body of work that helps people access God and also heal, that's going to be a blessing to this world. So just know that this is all happening for a reason. The ring. Okay. There is something very important about you blessing an object and carrying it with you. I do feel like you have extremely good reflexes. Okay. So it's like, welcome in Empyrean and Melistar. And love Tiff. I do feel like you have impeccable reflexes. It's like when somebody sends you something, you know how to assess it and go, okay, I'm going to detach from it. But having a blessed item on you or teaching others how to pray over items to cleanse them, that's going to be something that's important. And I'm wondering why there's not stuff out there that's already created like that. The king. Because the information that comes forward is going to be a seal for you. It's going to seal in this good luck and prosperity. The mask. Interesting. So you may be feeling like when you start to going to do this work that you have to put on the mask of an artist for a day. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and experiment. I'm not getting a bad feeling from that. I was literally seeing somebody painting. This is why you may be getting inspired to redo a room or something like that. Or put up a picture or something like that. Surround yourself with things that you love. The hunter. Okay, let me just ask another question about the hunter. The thread. Does this have to do, this has to do with Orion. So there is something about the cosmic hunt. Maybe you want to align you bringing this information to the public when basically there is a time frame every year when Orion goes on its hunt. I know it's like a mythology story, but that time frame is a really good time frame to tether in things from the unseen world. And I think it has to do maybe with Halloween time. Yeah, because you're basically creating a bridge for other people to understand what they cannot see and understand it, while they're relatively young, the maiden. This is also going to inspire people that are younger to get into alignment faster. Okay. So basically time management. Yeah, the healer. Okay, so you've been on this healing journey for a very long time now. And I feel like you coming full circle, you're going to be able to bring healing to people who would have never thought that they could heal. And I feel like that's going to be a major blessing. It's going to be very prosperous. And it's also going to put you in alignment with somebody who also loves to heal. The box. Yeah, thinking outside of the box. This is basically what Gnosticism is. Thinking inside of the box would be following an already predestined narrative, right? But thinking, when it comes to healing, thinking outside of the box is going to really help you, because it's accessing that part of the unknown. And for a lot of people, the unknown is terrifying, but you're not afraid of the unknown. This is why you can run around in the dark and not have to worry that something's going to get you, because you are going to be this bridge, for other people to also be able to go on the same, well, not the exact same journey, but to get into spiritual alignment. Okay. All right. So I hope that helped you. We're going to go back to the collective reading, which I'm sure is going to have more information about this situation. But that's why I wanted to look at the archetype decks, because it feels like there's a lot of big change coming in. And this is basically you aligning the inner dimensions to reflect what the outer dimensions are already putting out. Yeah, darkness is not always bad. Literally, it's almost never bad. You just have to look at it as like, if we didn't have darkness, we wouldn't be able to perceive light. That's all it is. But because darkness has the aspect of the unknown, it does make people nervous and afraid. So let's see what the energies are coming through when it comes to the overall of what's going to be happening. Whenever you guys find these lost memories, if they're memories that are not good memories, know that you can release your attachment to that, okay? Six of Swords. Okay, so this next coming year, y'all might have the ability to sue somebody. That is crazy that was the first cards. This is definitely talking about somebody else's energy here. Some of you could have been, Merry Christmas to you guys as well. Some of you guys could have literally been in a lawsuit in the past, okay? Whatever this was, somebody's in trouble. Damn, somebody is in major trouble for this. Okay, or somebody could have been trying to bring you into court on some shit that you have nothing to do with. Somebody is like literally in trouble for this. So just be aware that there may be people that are straight chaos, like, chaos walking. They want you to pity them, whoever this person is. They're like, feel bad for me. This person is really drained, and I feel like they would be a drain on y'all's energy. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome, Phoenix Empress. I hope that helps you. And I know that you're going to come up with something awesome. So this is telling this person to just let it go when it comes to you. They're envious and they're jealous and they're petty. Okay. So you see how this person has to flee by water. Had they not come for you in the way that they were trying to come for you, this person would not have to run away with their tail between their legs. Six of Pentacles. I'm not even joking. You could be dealing with somebody that doesn't want to make like child support payments to you. Maybe they don't want to honor their end of a contract. Whatever this nonsense is, this person is getting like literally an awakening. They're having to acknowledge the fact that they will have to honor whatever contract they signed. So you're also dealing with somebody that doesn't understand how financial success works. You guys could literally be dealing with people that think that you just came up overnight, but you've been over here working for 20 years, or that you just all of a sudden got put into a position that you had to work to get in for a long time. Like this is why I think that people that, you know, they feel like you just fell into success, or that God, this is why some people don't have a problem trying to take something from you, because they feel like God will just give it back to you. Like, oh, I can steal from them. God will just give it back to them. You're dealing with that type of energy. Queen of Wands. This person, this female energy, thinks that they're better than you because they think they're prettier. This person could be a colorist or a racist. I mean, you could be not this color, okay? You could be any of the denominations of melanated, and this person feels like they should be in your position because they're a Caucasian, because they come from the Caucasus Mountains. All right. I dislike racism because I feel like it's just straight up ignorant. But yeah, it's a literal shame that this person thinks this way, because it's going to be a major blockage for them in their life. This person also thought that it was going to be easier to take something from you. Even if you are a Caucasian, this person feels like it's going to be just easy to take something from you. Like they've literally spoken to somebody and said that, oh, this will be like taking candy from a baby. And who has ever tried to do that to a baby? What a weird saying, literally. You have somebody that is freaking nervous. They're like sweating, okay? This person is sweating a lot. They're very nervous about the outcome of your financial trajectory, okay? Your destiny. I don't know why this person's not concerned about their own life, but it feels to me like they feel entitled to have the things that you have, but without doing the work. Magician, because this person thinks that you just waved a magic wand and manifested everything. Even if you did, so fucking what? You can do whatever you want in your own life. This person trying to dictate what you can say and what you cannot say is not going to go. That's not going, 2026 is not about restriction, okay? So this person could be saying that you were using magic to get where you're at, or that you were sleeping your way to the top. That is ridiculous. Jesus. It's funny how these people that want to talk so much shit, they're the ones that are actually doing those types of things. I mean, how, like, especially if you do social media, how in the fuck could you sleep your way to the top? That doesn't even make sense. Tell me how the fuck that's done. Literally. I mean, you'd have to know people in high places that had actual power and connections and shit. I don't know. What I'm getting is that your connections are with God and the Holy Spirit. Yeah, it does not work that way. Exactly. You're dealing with somebody that thinks that they can do what you do and get the same effect that you get, but they're not really being guided to do what you do. This person had basically, they were told in this lifetime to not do magic, okay? That magic is not this person's path. They didn't want to hear that. Oh, well, that's not your problem, literally. This person thinks that they're going to be a continual hindrance to you, and they're about to get a serious awakening, literally. I feel like you succeeding is going to be their greatest punishment. That's what they did not want to see. Queen of Swords, you definitely cut this person off. This is somebody from your past. Okay, this could be an ex-coworker, an ex-friend, somebody that was a co-mate, whatever that is, somebody that was a jealous person. This person feels like they have pretty privilege. Okay, I don't know. There's something really off and rank about their energy. My nose keeps itching, which means that we're about to uncover something big about this person and about why they won't leave you alone. I think that you've been very clear with this person that you don't want anything to do with them, and they still are trying to hold on to your energy and use it against you. It's like, if you won't be my friend, then I'm going to try to ruin your life. That's what the type of shit. Yeah. Okay. I just heard this person's very ashamed of themselves. Page of Pentacles. This person could be extremely jealous of you and your children. If you've got children. If you don't have children, this is a sign that you could have children in the future. which could be genetic children or stepchildren. Okay. You have something that you're going to be able to, like, you had to cut this person off because they were trying to steal a legacy that you're here to leave the people that come after you. And this is why, all of this stupid shit is actually a problem. Okay. It's a problem in the spiritual realm. When people go to messing with your line of work and your ability to have finances, and when they go into trying to blackball you and slander you and all this shit, these people, why Christ was like, forgive them because they don't know what the hell they're doing. This person doesn't actually know to the full extent how bad they are screwing themselves over by trying to do this to you. They don't understand it. That them trying to take away from your finances and steal from you is not going to give to them. This is not, them doing this is not going to turn the wheel in their favor. It's not. In fact, they keep experiencing the tables turning in your favor, and they see somehow, this is why I think that this person abuses their gifts. They see that you have something really good coming in. This could be a new project, a new business, a new job opportunity. Maybe you used to work with this person, or maybe they wanted to work with you and you said no to them. Like, literally, this person cannot deal with rejection. They feel like if somebody rejects them, then they have to do everything in their power to destroy that person. And rejection is something that we all go through. You did not pay this person any mind because you knew what type of time they were on. 10 of Pentacles. This is what they want. Okay. Out of everything we're talking about so far, they want what comes with this 10 of Pentacles that you already possess. This is like wanting to steal a home from you, wanting to steal. And this is why it's not possible. Like, if you had a parent or a loved one that gave you a home, this person that's not a part of your family, because I get that this is an ex-coworker, ex-friend, and ex, they want to be attached to your influence, your importance, and your money. And because you won't work with them, because you won't share 50% of your profits with them, this person is like feeling like you need to be destroyed because of that. And that is psychotic. Like, you can make your money and spend it on your own family if you want to. That's called free will. This person feels like if you are melanated, you're definitely dealing with somebody that thinks that they deserve your property, that you don't even deserve to own property. That's fucked up. Okay, that's fucked up. Also, this person does not understand the processes that you have gone through and the amount of healing work that you had to do to get to where you are. Like, they don't understand that this success was not just thrown into your lap. And even if it was thrown into your lap, you still have to do things to maintain the success. Okay, a broke person's always going to be broke mentally. The reason that broke people stay broke is because if they were given something like what God's giving you, that it would depreciate by this person living in it, because they don't know how to appreciate and value the things that they already have to upkeep them. Right? So literally, you could be investing in the stock market. You could be doing cryptocurrency. You could literally be given a big, large sum of money or a gift. This person is pissed off. They're like, why don't I have my everything taken care of? It's like, this person doesn't understand hard work. They also have to make some type of payment here. I feel like this person lost in court. If you guys were in a court case and you won, this is definitely giving confirmation about that. This person wants, like, if you also had a contract with this person, they feel like they can just do something to kill you off so that they don't have to honor that contract and follow it. This is like somebody that's like, oh, I'll just take them out with magic. Like, that's how narcissistic they are. They really think that they can do this shit. Yeah, 20 years of poverty and prayer, literally. Like, this person thinks that they can just pull the rug out from underneath your feet whenever they get ready, because they feel like they're whiter or they're more, I don't know what they're thinking, but it's delusional. It's delusional thoughts. I don't even want to give no energy to that, because it's delusions of grandeur. It's giving delusions of grandeur. A lot of you guys are dealing with people that are very self-centered, that don't ever want to share. And this is one reason why you didn't work with this person, and you didn't want to work with them, because they don't have anything to contribute. This person's a drain. Yeah, they feel like they're whiter, and that they feel like that makes them better. for some reason. That's very weird thinking, but again, some dumbass had to teach this person to think like that. Like, I don't think that these are natural thoughts. I think that these are thoughts that maybe their mother or father had. This Four of Wands is concluding a project. This is you getting the rewards for your hard work. And it is hard work. Holy shit. You guys struggled for so long. That for you to have it made in the shade is your birthright. Okay, you are always going to be in this position of power, this position of influence. And your projects, what you've been working on, is going to bring fruitfulness to others. It's going to help other people get out of that lack mindset that maybe they grew up with. This person, they would really benefit from learning from you, but they feel like they're better than you, so they don't feel like taking anything that you have to say seriously because they already feel like they know it all. If they know it all, why don't they just go create this success that you're getting from hard work and efforts? Why don't they just go create this themselves? And see, you're over here in the sun, shining a light down. I think that you speaking your truth is exposing this person's darkness, and they feel very vulnerable. They feel like, oh, you put me on Front Street, or, you know, you spoke on me or whatever. Like, you're allowed to speak the truth. What the hell? This person wants to speak their bullshit into creation, and then they're upset when it doesn't manifest. It's like, what were they thinking, though? They literally thought that they were going to take you to court and sue you over something when they're in the wrong. And they thought that because they're white or whiter, that they could just take y'all to court and sue y'all for some shit. Take your land, take your property, like, no, sir, ma'am, it, they, them. It's a fuck no, okay? And then on top of that, this person's like, oh, they used magic to get what they want. No, you manifested it through hard work and through dedication to God. And God is proud of you. This is why you are going to have sunny days ahead of you, happy times. Also, this person's pissed off because you don't have a mental disease. They wanted you to be mentally unwell. This person wanted you to be seen as an unfit parent or an unfit adult to not be allowed around children. If this person is trying to bring up something from the past, like I had gotten this in yesterday's reading, it's a statute of limitations. This person can't fucking sue you for anything, and they can't sue you for your own opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. If this person's allowed to have one, why couldn't you? Yeah, there was a King of Cups that advised this Queen of Wands, not in this court case, whoever they're fighting against, to not get on the stand. That this person already looks like a fucking meth head crackhead. They were told not to get on the stand because it would make them look even worse, okay? And it would just basically validate you not even needing to be in the courtroom. This person's trying to blame you for something. Oh, they did black magic on me. There is no fucking proof of that. There is proof, though, that this person has been doing black magic. There's actual evidence. It's just this person feels like it's unfair that their magic didn't affect you. Seven of Wands. You've definitely had to defend yourself verbally from this person. You could have had to tell a manager or a coworker or a boss that somebody keeps bullying you. This person's like, they're jealous, but they're also pissed off or mad. They're mad that you have a good connection with your family, or you're healing a connection with your family. This person legit tried to curse your family, your bloodline, and they're pissed off because they're blocked. They were literally told by this wise counsel, this wise man, this person that is a lawyer or whatever, not to take the stand against you, not to lie on the stand, not to make things up, not to exaggerate things. They were also told not to talk about black magic, because in a court of law, who is going to take that shit seriously? When it can't really be proven, you know, nobody's going to listen to that. It's just like the person that tried to bring charges against Beyonce for extreme witchcraft. There's no evidence of it. This is why that court case never went through correctly. Well, in their perspective, again, it's just in a court of law, you can't prove witchcraft. And we all know that because of what happened in Salem. Seven of Cups. This person was, you know, they're blocked from creating any further illusions about you. I feel like people are actually, you know, getting their 2 cents together, and they're figuring out that this person was lying. This is also talking about how this person was not disciplined in the way that they spent their money. And now that it's time for them, see, this person wants to retire at the age of like 30, some weird shit. Like they've not even fulfilled their duty here on this earth. This person is a parent. They do have children, but they don't take care of these children. Like, I'm literally getting white trash vibes from this Queen of Wands. Like, they love to pass their children off on everybody the fuck else, except for taking responsibility themselves. So this person could have to pay child support. Maybe they had their children taken from them, so maybe this person also got a hysterectomy. For some of you, this person will be in their late 30s. For some of you, this person will be in their early 30s. But either way, this Queen of Wands, one of these people has gotten a hysterectomy and they can't have children, so they don't want you reproducing anything, basically. But they have to walk away from this, dissatisfied. The 7 of Cups to the 8 of Cups, yeah, this person has to walk away from being delusional. You could also be, this person could come to you in the month of January or February and ask you for money. Do not give this person anything. Okay, this person will take your money and then curse your money the moment that they take your money. So don't give to this person. This person is like they're coming in to get a hold of your resources in some type of way. And they wanted to take you to spiritual court and sue you so that you would have to like not speak your truth. The Hangman. They thought that they were going to be able to easily sacrifice you because you're not white. Or you're not as white as them, or they feel like their DNA is better. That's crazy. You were dealing with somebody that was extremely competitive. That's a literal nuisance to other people. This person also has a lot of secret opposition to their plans. If this was a love rival, you could have had somebody that's like, they don't deserve love and shit like that. Like, okay, but this person thinks that it will never cease to amaze me how some people will think that everybody else is unworthy of something that they feel that they're worthy of. Like, what? Why can't everybody be happy and successful and financially well? Like, why can't everybody be mentally well? Why is it that this person feels like they deserve something that you don't? And who the fuck are they to think that? Like a white person. I'm sorry, but that's so dumb. That is so dumb. This person feels entitled to your resources and your time and your energy and your giving nature. And maybe you used to give to this person in the past. I get that you just barely tolerated this person. And if this is a sister to one of you guys, you just have to understand that this person is belittling you. They feel like you're not worthy of something that they feel like they're worthy of. This person could also be complaining like, oh, they don't have kids. They don't need a legacy to leave their children. But I have 5 kids with 5 different people. I need a legacy to leave my children. Then go create one. Nobody is stopping this person from creating their own legacy. But they cannot live off of you. This person wants to eat off of you. They want, like, this is giving me major slavery vibes. Like, this person wants you to be their fucking slave, their servant. Like, they legit want that. That's delusional. That's really fucked up and sad. And this person's going to live a very lonely life, being rejected by everybody because of how they look at other people. That's sad. And they're going to have to watch you be happy with the whole family and everything that God has for you. Literally. Also, you are a child of the Most High. You don't operate from the devil's nature. You're not in the South Node. This person is. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. They're pissed off because you're going to be financially well-to-do. You're going to have your cake and eat it too. You'll be able to take vacations. You'll be able to, have your own home. This person is just bitter. They feel like life is unfair. This person complains way too much. Like this is the type of person that if on the holiday, if like the people around them, if they don't get them like a Gucci bag or a whatever other name brand shit, this person will like literally be like, why did you get me this? You know, like there's no gratitude in this person whatsoever. They do not wake up and thank God that they have another day of life to live. This person, when they get food, this is the type of person that would like talk bad to like the waitress, like to the point where the waitress starts to cry. Like that's the vibes I'm getting from this person. Like real angry, real vengeful, real mean, very mean-spirited person. Very embarrassing to be around this person. The Hermit. And they feel like how dare you be pretty? How dare you be attractive? How dare you be able to stand on your own 2 feet? How dare you be able to go within and find that inner light and find your way out of this fucking maze that this person tried to put you in? That's the way that they feel. Like you should not have the right to da 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 da. And it's like, okay, well, nobody is listening to this person because all they do is complain about everything. And you were isolated because you had to cut this person out of your life because they were toxic. They were always wanting to gossip and slander and talk down on people. And I think at some point you realized who this person was on the inside. And, you know, they may be attractive on the outside, but they are not attractive on the inside. And I'm like literally getting that this person is mediocre, like on the outside. They're not the prettiest thing on this planet. Seven of Swords. This person knows that coming for you was probably not the right choice. It's not like they're confused. This person knew that competing with you for something that they could never have because it's not theirs, it doesn't run in their bloodline. Intelligence clearly does not run in this person's bloodline. Let's just say that. But they felt like if they could shut down your roads, then the roads would open for them. This person is only finding out basically what this King of Cups already told them, that the roads will only, the entitlement is outrageous, that the roads will only be shut for them. Because this person goes around trying to cross up everybody's shit. And when the spiritual realm is like, well, why are you trying to do this? This person gets put up under immediate judgment because there's no reason for it. There's no reason that you should have to suffer because this person believes that they have pretty white privilege or whatever other entitlement that they feel like they possess. That's ridiculous. Four of Pentacles. This is all because God gave you something that God did not give them. I'm sure that this person does have gifts and abilities, but this person is uninterested in finding out. Oh, thank you, you guys. This person's uninterested about finding out what God has for them. Okay, so, I did miss the question. But you guys can support me through PayPal. That is in the link through Cash App or through Super Chats. Super Thanks, whatever it's called. And if any of you have any, and also I have 2 books that are in the description box. You can support me that way. But really get those books because you want to advance spiritually, because those are really going to help you, especially if you want to learn to read the tarot yourself. So yeah, this person's uninterested in what God gave them, which is crazy because this person does have blessings. They're just not the same blessings as y'all have. And make sure you like the video and make sure you're subscribed and make sure you've tapped the notification bell. Yeah, there's so many things to remember to say that it's like crazy. I used to have them all written down and then I kind of memorized it. So the thing is that your gifts and abilities are protected from this hating-ass person, okay? What God has for you, the inheritance that the Most High has created for you is protected. It's safe. It's basically being shielded. This person keeps trying to attack your gifts. Like they're like, let's blind them. Let's do this. It's like, no. And I really feel like this person was wisely advised to leave you and your work alone, that they need to stop trying to copy off of you and stop trying to copyright you. If this person was hacking into your devices, they were told to stop, because it's like, not only are you being watched because of these gifts and abilities that come from God, you have been being watched by something that's not harmful. this other person's now being watched by something that could actually harm them. You know, the feds are not going to come kick your door down because you're using your gifts and talents to help others. But, oh, thank you. I'm so happy that I got the book published too. It was a long time coming, but I'm really happy with it. So yeah, my book is called Visago Tarot Cards, Spreads, and Spells, and it works with God and the Holy Spirit and the major arcana cards. And so when you get that book, you'll want to get the original Rider-Waite Tarot and use it with that book. So literally, this is about the work that you're creating. Like when I get copycat, I get more like doppelganger. This person was trying to copy your style and everything. They wanted to know how to undo the work that has already been like cemented in. You know, when you build, oh, thank you so much, you guys. You know, when you build like a brick wall and you have to put that cement down and add another brick, you have been like building this brick wall for years now, okay? Whatever this is that you do for work, you've been building something. And this person thinks that they can just come in with a wrecking ball, like whenever they get ready and knock your shit down, and they're being blocked, literally blocked. When they were trying to close up your roads so that your future would not look bright, now this person's being blocked and they're like, well, why am I being blocked? Why is it that I'm the one with a mental illness that can't get out of bed, that's in depression? This person knows that what they did was wrong. They just will never admit that, because then they would have to admit that the way they think is not right. I'm also getting that this person was told to stop spying on you. They were told to stop driving by your house. They were told to stop obsessing over you. If this person was wanting you to miss a love union, that love union is still going to come in. This person is afraid of their own shadow. They're afraid of doing the work. I mean, nothing bad is going to happen if you heal your shadow. But telling that to this person, I think part of the problem is that they believe that Christianity is based on being white or something like that. Like whatever their religious belief is racist. 10 of Cups, okay? And this is all about jealousy, because they see you entering into a period where you could be reconciling with your family. You could be purchasing a home. This person's like, how dare they get a home before me? This person feels like they need to have everything before you get it. That is crazy. It's like that real competitive energy. Like, how dare they have a legacy to leave their kids and their family before me? You were always going to have this legacy because it's part of what God has given you. Temperance. Literally. So you're protected by Archangel Michael, and you know how to balance your own energy. This is why the stability is yours. This Knight of Wands person, whoever this person is from the past, they have to stay with this Queen of Wands over here. They're not allowed to come in your direction. Their roads are being blocked off, literally, from coming towards you. There could be a Knight of Wands in the past, a very, very sexually perverted person that is like obsessed with your energy, and they keep bringing you up to this Queen of Wands. Okay, so if you are a divine feminine energy, you have some type of masculine energy that will not keep y'all's name out of their mouths, which is crazy. It's crazy that they keep, I mean, they have to have some balls to talk about you the way that they do, literally. And to keep bringing you up, like that's, I would like, if I was around a guy that kept talking about their ex, okay, and I used to be married to a douche that kept doing that, but like, literally I got rid of that. I would literally be like, give them a few warnings. And then after those warnings, I would be like, okay, bye forever, because I can't deal with that. There's not going to be a whole lot of women in this world that put up with this bum-ass behavior that this Knight of Wands has been engaging in, okay? But this Queen of Wands has such low self-esteem that they will put up with that bum-ass behavior. Verbatim, because they're desperate. This is why I think this person wants to steal from you so bad or stop your success, because they're very desperate. Eight of Swords. These people could be facing actual jail time if they don't pay these fines. And they need to stop looking at you like you're just going to give them money. Like I said, if somebody comes and asks you to borrow money, do not give them money. Especially if this is somebody that fits the character of who we're talking about. Like literally, you would not sit around and let no man continually like worship his ex in front of you. Like this is really psychotic behavior. But this just goes to show that you're a divine feminine. If you weren't, and if you didn't hold that divine energy, this Knight of Wands would not be obsessed like this. This is because they can't use you to manifest anymore. Or they can't use you to keep them out of debt. And they have to settle with their second choice, this Queen of Wands person. I feel like these people are broke. They're also broken. They're in and out of the court system. They're always in trouble. These people are getting DUIs. They're not making good choices. They're not being responsible. They're not taking care of these children that they've created. So they're so worried about stealing something from you that they're completely neglecting the children that they've already brought into this world. Trash begets trash, exactly. Yeah, and you guys are just not willing to put up with this bum behavior. So these people feel like they need to bring death into your life because you said no to them. That's a little narcissistic. It's a little too much narcissism right there. Especially because whoever this person is from the past, they won't let go of the fact that you just moved on with your life, you know? You know, it's like this person, they want help, but they're so prideful that they'll never actually admit that they want help. And then they want you to just fork over this money that God's giving you. Don't. Know that if you invested in these people in the past, that was a learning mistake. So you learning from your mistakes. You don't have to help everybody out. Not everybody is going to be your person that's going to be loyal to you, okay? You're dealing with people that feel like they're better than you, but they also feel entitled to your resources. And that's why I was getting slavery vibes. This person literally is like, no, we'll just let them do the work and then we'll come in and steal it. And they were advised to mind their own business, basically. Boy, more than one person, because these people were already up in judgment, up under judgment, up in judgment. Yeah, they're all up in it. Literally, while they're over here trying to compete with you, this person is being dragged through the mud by the devil because this is who they chose to align with. Obviously, you aligned with God and the Holy Spirit. This is why you have an Ace of Pentacles here. So yes, it is valid for business. Yeah, like literally whatever this is that you do for business, this person was wanting to come in and copy it, steal it, or profit off of it. Or if you've created intellectual property, it could be writing, it could be a song, it could be anything that's creative. This person wanted to jump into that same career, but they wanted to just steal what you had. And because they're being told, like, there is a copyright put in place, there is, you know, actual universal laws that have been broken here. This person feels like, oh, well, I can't just live off of them. I can't just live off of their intellectual property. No, they need to produce things themselves. Instead of just relying on you to come up with the genius ideas, this person needs to stop being a copycat. They're not going to get the same rewards that you're going to get from you fulfilling your destiny. Yeah, these people are entitled to basically nothing. But because for whatever reason, this person from the past was able to use you, they feel like they can just come in and use you whenever they get ready. The Hierophant. And then this Hierophant told them no. Okay? They also thought that they were going to use witchcraft to manipulate the courts into taking money from you or to stopping you from succeeding. And that was a big no-no. The courts are like, I don't feel the need to pull this light worker, starseed, chosen one into the courtroom and to question them on some stuff that's not even making sense here. This judge, they really thought that this witchcraft was going to be the thing to sway this judge in the right direction, and it did not work. You create a lot of business ideas, but they took it from you. Yeah, this is what these people think that they're going to come right back in and do, and literally make a brand out of whatever this is that you already have. Make sure that before you bring it to the world that it is copyrighted, because this is a stupid idea. And if you ever find out that these people have taken something that you have already created and they put it out there for free for people, you can take these people to court and sue them. And this is really what they wanted to do to you. And the irony of it is that you're going to be able to do it to them. And they're going to be so upset. When they're told that they cannot have whatever this is that's yours, these people are going to lose their shit. And I feel like it's coming. They were told not to do this, but they didn't follow the wise advice. This person's like literally asked for the advice, got the advice, and then didn't listen to it. And so that's on them. We can't do anything with people that are like, you know, over here trying to make deals with our blessings. This person knew that the energy that they came into the courtroom with was yours. Whatever this product is that you have, whatever this business is that you started, whatever this idea that was yours. You know, they felt like they were going to make deals for your fortune. And that's not how things are going to go. Now this person has to make a deal, and it's with the devil. And they also have to make a deal to pay the court back for wasting everybody's time. They could have literally thought that they stole a lover from you. This person did not steal anything from you. Okay? You're going to still be able to do whatever this beautiful creation is that you have. These people thought that they were blocking somebody. They thought that they were going to take something. These people have got some nerve, man. They think that they're more worthy of something than you. So they thought that the courts would just get into alignment with that and just let them take something. And now they're finding out that they have to follow actual laws. Fabricate a ghost story. Exactly. Yes, you're very creative. The thing is that these people are just pissed off because they thought that they had already gotten everything that they could get out of you. And now they're finding out that you have more ideas, you know, literally. You have more ideas. This person was like, oh, wait, we got dummy blessings. They're going to get the real treasure. Yes, they're going to get the real treasure. They're going to get a real love union, somebody that doesn't cheat on them. They're going to have a real life. No Pinocchio kid. They're going to have a real child. Yes. And like I said, for some of you, you're dealing with somebody that got a hysterectomy and they're just pissed off that you still have the ability to have children. You can even be like, I don't want children. It doesn't matter. This person still is stressed out about you having kids. That's crazy. Why don't they go love their own? Children are such a blessing. People that think that children are like the worst, you know? And I totally understand if you feel like, you know, you don't want to have children. That's definitely what you choose, whatever you choose to do. But people that feel like children are the ones to blame for everything, no, I don't think that that's true. I think that children are a blessing. I think that when we are given children, God is blessing us. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, for a lot of you guys as parents, you'll have to become a teacher, a cook, a nurse, you know, all of the things that being a parent really is, which is like having many careers at once. But these people are not compatible with their own children, which means the moment that they were conceiving, they were with somebody that was not compatible for them. And so they're wondering, well, why is it not working out in my favor? And it's like, yo, you started this off from a bad seed, from something that was not compatible. Queen of Cups. So these people thought that you were who you used to be. And that old version of you, even though you are still a nurturing, loving person, you're not over nurturing to the fact where like somebody can just come in and demand money from you and then you lend it to them. If this person comes in and wants you to help them pay their rent or whatever bullshit, don't, because they're not going to pay you back. That's literally, even if you get them to sign a contract, this person feels like they're better than you and they feel like they deserve your resources more than you do. They want this wheel of fortune, but they don't want to do any work because they're lazy. This person's like, it's too hard It's too hard for me because they don't have a spiritual connection. This is why they behave like this. They spend their time up under the moon trying to gain a spiritual connection when what they needed to be doing, like with the desert card from the archetypes deck, they need to be fasting and praying and doing a spiritual cleanse, not chasing after the moon. Okay. This person could have been calling you like a heathen or something. Really weird. But yeah, they don't understand that the reason that you're able to be on top of the wheel is because you had times where you weren't, and you did the work. You healed so you can spin the wheel. And this person is about to be in the Ten of Swords because they spent all of their time and energy up under the moon doing whatever nonsense, thinking that they were going to gain the same gifts and abilities that God has gifted you with. This person thought that they could do a moon magic spell and get the same shit. And the fact that they're being shown that no, that is not what's going to happen here. They were being tested. Okay. They were being tested. Now they're about to be Ten of Swords. And that's because this person thinks that they're a victim. They're playing the victim like you stole something from them. You didn't take anything from this person. Even if there was like a partner that left this person and came to you, you did not take anything from this person. You're over here getting literal justice while this person is feeling like it's unfair. And how long did they have the wheel in their favor when they were doing crooked ass shit though? This person is not thankful for not anything in their life, not getting away with crimes habitually, not stealing somebody's identity and not being persecuted. Like they're not grateful. This is why they're being shown that playing the victim, especially when it comes to you, is not a good idea, because you're over here getting your wishes fulfilled and you're going to do it right in their face. You don't have to hide anything from this person because they're insignificant. When it comes to where you're headed, this person is not invited to go with you. Yes, they protect, you deflect. That's exactly it. And because you reflect, you go within, you don't just resort to doing glamour magic. Like things are not always as they appear to be. And this person uses so much heavy ass glamour magic. Like who in the hell has that much time and energy to be focusing on that? And there's nothing wrong with like wanting yourself to look good, but wanting yourself to look better than everybody else and being competitive is weird to me. King of Swords. There's somebody that's going to very harshly judge this person. And I feel like it's already happened. This is already in the works here. This person does have the authority to put this Queen of Wands in jail. They should not have lied about you under oath. This person was saying that you did a lot of bad things for money, and there is no evidence of that. Hence the monitoring, like you were being monitored by something like the FBI, and you're not a terroristic threat. This person's a fucking liar, okay? And they have to own up to the words that they spoke about you. You're going to remain a Nine of Pentacles, even though you're not going to be single for long. If you're single, you're still going to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. You also are getting this public fame, recognition, and notoriety, and you're going to be rewarded for your hard work. You did the work. This person did not do the work. They did not do the work that you did. Let's just say that. This is why the judge is not going to rule in their favor. If this is something that hasn't happened for you yet and you end up going to court, just know that, you know, like I highly doubt these people would ever pull you into court because of the bullshit that this person said. People can look at this person and see that they're a lying thief, okay? Like, and a white trash weirdo. They have a serious jealousy issue, and they feel like they're better than everybody else. And they feel like the rules don't apply to them. But universal law applies to everybody. That's why it's universal. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, they're about to get a message delivered to them that they have to go back to court. This person's going to be like, oh, I thought I got away scot-free. No, these people were waiting to bring charges against this person. And if you choose to persecute this person, know that you'll be successful. You have the gift. They don't. This is what they're pissed off about. They can't sue you and make you stop talking your truth. They can't take a gift from you. They can't turn the police on you. They already tried to do that. The police feel stupid. Literally. You have the whole world open for you. which means you could be relocating. This person could have been trying to get you caught up with some type of charge so that you could not relocate. You could be moving. Like that could be part of your destiny, is getting away from these weird people. And look, Page of Swords, what I said about them spying on you, not minding their own fucking business. This is like literally the police spying on you. They wasted their resources. And you have a whole community that can back you up, that can tell, that can, like when the police went around asking questions to people, they asked people from your past, and the people from your past said that you're a legit person. They didn't say that you were a hooker or a concubine or any weird shit like what this other person was claiming. Okay, let's get a conclusion. What do we need to know moving forward? Basically, that you have overcome something major. You guys are tapping into a hidden talent, an ability, a money-making idea, literally, that this person will not be able to steal from you. And if they try, you can take them to court and sue them, and they'll have to pay you back. Also, if this person comes in and gives you some type of like ridiculous sob story of why you should help them pay their bills, no, this person wanted a Gucci bag. They were not given whatever this bag is. I don't know if this is like a actual, you know, Gucci or Fendi or whatever the brands are of bags, or if this is a metaphorical, like a money bag. But they're literally pissed off that they were not given by this losing ass Knight of Wands that has no fucking money. This person could never afford an expensive bag, okay, to give to this person. They're pissed off that this person, that this masculine energy did not give them what they wanted. So they feel like, oh, well, I'll just go borrow the money and get it from somebody else. I feel like this person's going to be in regret. Yeah, they're carrying a 10 of Wands. With all these expectations that this person has on you and everybody else to provide them what they need in life, this person will not go to God. They will not rely on their higher self. They will not go within. This is why they're so burdened. Also, they were lying to the police and having the police use illegal methods to monitor you in whatever country or part of the world you are. And it was a waste of time and resources. And not only that, everybody else had good things to say to the police about you when the police came a knocking. Okay, so what else do they need to know? Basically, that this person's going to be burdened while you get to move forward free. Yeah, there is going to be some type of really aggressive energy that comes for them to put them in their place, because this person did too much. They really did too much. Yeah, and you're being still loved by God, and this person thought that they were going to be able to change the way that God thought about you because of the color of your skin or something else superficial. And no, I'm sorry, but God is not a racist. God loves every part of its creation, all of the people and the animals too, y'all, and the plants. Okay, God loves everything in its creation. This is why God, like the divine realm, will sit around forever and wait for people to go within. You know, because of that unconditional love. But this person has completely taken things out of their perspective. They've taken things into their own hands, and they should not have done that. This person, you know, is all about justice and getting what they deserve. And this person has never gotten what they deserve. This person deserves belt to ass. That's what they deserve, but they've never gotten that. And this is why this person acts like this. Like, had this person's parents, and I do not believe in putting hands on children, but had this person's parent beat them, maybe they would know that there's consequences to like committing crimes. I don't know. Maybe their parents should have just talked to them. Again, I don't approve of hitting anybody. You can't be serious. Like and this is why when you spank your children, and you're telling your children not to hit other people, you can't go hitting your children, because then that's basically you're showing your children that you're a hypocrite. So it's like, that's just the way that I feel about it. But I feel like you can talk through, you know, I had a stepdaughter for like 10 years, almost 10 years. Yeah. And there was never no throwing of hands. It was always communication, always talking. She could always talk to me. And if she was too upset, I would just be like, go in your room and cry. Like, you know, literally go in your room and cry. And when you feel better, come talk to me about it. And that's the way that we operated. It was completely healthy and completely fine. But this person, they don't know that when they create certain actions, there will be certain consequences to that. And so they feel like, you know, all of this is unfair and they feel like the victim, but they're not the victim. They're about to be shown that they were never grateful for anything. This person's focused only on seeing you beg. And this is why they're having to beg. But they also buy things that they don't need, which is another reason that this person is broke. But it's not your job to fix everybody. So if this person comes to ask y'all for money, don't give them money, okay? All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, all that good stuff, okay? I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you, Phoenix Empress, for donating. If any of you would like to donate, there are links. But know that your likes, your subscribes, all of that stuff really means a lot to me. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. Have a wonderful evening. As above, so below. I love that. As within, so without. Know that everything is a reflection of itself. And this person, you don't have to really wait for them to get their karma because they already getting it. All right? Okay, you guys, peace be with you. See you in the next reading. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you're watching this, you guys. Okay, I love you so much. Bye.